Ich hab doch A und X gleichzeitig. Was ist denn los mit dem Game, ey? Gott verdammt! Ja, es ist, besteht Frustgefahr. Also ich würde mir gleich einen 2 Controller kaufen oder so. Ja. Ja, aber jetzt. Ich hätte anrufen sollen. Das ist nicht wahr. Fies. Ich wette, in späteren Level wird das bestimmt noch viel schwerer, weil ihr alle das Spiel schon kennt und ganz genau wisst. Das sind wahrscheinlich so Pipifax-Level. Ich glaube, ich spiele das mal mit Tastatur und Maus. Moment. Kann ich mich mit ihr? Nein, natürlich nicht. Wie springe ich mit der Tastatur? Hä? Gar nicht? A mit A. Okay. Oh, das ist ja... Nein, wir wechseln wieder auf den Controller zurück. Das ist ja... Nein, das geht nicht. Kurz warten. Und rüber. Und rüber. Und rüber. So. Wir können es schaffen. So. Wieso habe ich keine Laserpistole, mit der ich das kaputt schießen kann? Das wäre so einfach. Ja. Cool, so weit wollen wir noch nie bitte sagen. Ja, dankeschön.
The old man's friends actually seemed quite happy when I made it through. We might have a winner after all, said the man in black. It's no Killbot 3000, but you can almost see the fire in its eyes. A couple of days later, the old lady said she had a surprise for me, my own room. She also wanted to play me some music. I wasn't sure after what Mr. Silton had shown me.
Das ist echt süßes Game, ey. Muss immer sehr, das ist...
As if music wasn't amazing enough, the old lady then bought me a television set. I couldn't believe what I saw. I watched everything I could. Comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi. Anything anyone wanted to watch I would happily watch with them. Then one day, the old man set up a small box. He plugged some cables into the television and said, "This is what I meant when I said video games." I played games at every chance I could. I took on everyone. I was unstoppable. I had enjoyed music, film, and television. But to me, video games really were the highest art form.
Schön. Ach. Table Tennis for Two. Okay. Press X to start. Ach, geil. Nein, verdammt. Ja, gut. Nee. Alles klar, nochmal. Juhu, ein Punkt. Nein. Und antäuschen. Ah, schade. Ah, verdammt. Das ist gar nicht so... Nein! Hat er schon wieder gewonnen, verdammt. Ja, komm. Eins noch. Ich will einmal gewinnen hier. Komm schon. Jawohl. Ja, immer die erste Runde. Nein. Das war dumm. Hallo? Ah. Verdammt. Nein. Der darf nicht gewinnen. Er darf nicht gewinnen. Ja, ja, gewinnt natürlich, ja. Scheiße. Komm schon. Müssen doch irgendwie austricksen können. Verdammt. Habe ich denn das Gefühl, kann es sein, dass der Ball immer schneller wird? Ja. Gott. Ja, gut. Können wir das auch irgendwie beenden? Ja gut, herzlich willkommen zum Tennis Simulator 2020. Wie Sie sehen, geile Grafik, super Steuerung, fulminante Crowd. Wir müssen das jetzt ein Leben lang spielen. Wir schlagen uns gar nicht schlecht. So weit. Ui. Der Ball wird, glaube ich, immer schneller. Je mehr man... Nein. Ja, weniger sabbeln, mehr spielen. Nein. Jawohl, wir haben eine Runde gewonnen, das ist cool. So,
Heather's birthday was a couple of months later. Her mum and dad had bought her a camera and arranged a day up by the sea so that Heather could take some photos, although I really don't think she wanted any pictures of me. When the old man asked the professor if he wanted to go, he frowned and said, "I can't believe you want to spend time with that thing. It could destroy the world." I wasn't sure what he meant, but the old man just smiled and said, "That's what you said about the Game Boy. Anton, how about you?" "I don't think so," said Mr. Deck. "The last time I got in that car, Barry crashed us into a branch of Woolworths. I never would have gone into Woolworths of my own accord." The old man explained that the car was old and the brakes had failed, but Mr. Deck was having none of it. So Mr. Silton drove, and Alice came along for the fresh air. I enjoyed being outside. Although, the old lady kept telling me to be careful of the rickety old walkways. It felt like she was telling me off, but I think she was just concerned. As the old man and I stood on the cliff tops, I could see something in the distance. I wasn't sure what it was, so I asked the old man. He said it was a battleship that had sunk in the 1940s. But he looked so sad when he spoke about war. I didn't see what happened, but the metal platform Heather was climbing on had collapsed. She was safe, even if the rocks she was on looked very dangerous. The tide was rising, and we didn't know how long the Coast Guard was going to be, so I offered to climb down and get her. The old man agreed, but said I should be careful, as Heather doesn't have infinite lives, like I do.
Oh Gott.
Heather was unconscious, and her leg was broken, so I picked her up as gently as I could. I decided it would be best if I didn't run the rest of the way.
Achso, wir dürfen nicht rennen. Nein!
An ambulance had arrived by the time I had made it back to the cliff top. The medics made sure Heather was okay, and then took her off to hospital. A few days later, we all went to see how she was doing. She was fine, but would have to wear the cast for a couple of months.
Ja, die Musik ist echt gut, muss man ja sagen. Der Soundtrack ist schon Bombe. Ach, gefällt mir das gut. Oh, wir sind jetzt berühmt. Uiuiui. Held, Roboter, Held. Hero Bot. Was ist das? Irgendjemand rennt mit irgendwas auf den alten Mann zu. Ach, okay, wir schieben, alles klar, wir schieben Grace im Rollstuhl. Bestimmt gut für ihren Gips. Oh, Moment.
Once Heather got to know me. We became good friends. We enjoyed the same films and TV. She was also annoyingly good at some of my favorite games. After a while, she became very interested in how I worked. Soon she knew as much about me as the old man did, if not more. We spent the next couple of months visiting other countries, as when it came to teaching me things, the old man always liked to pick interesting locations. He had explained the basics of mathematics to me at the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Taught me history in the dead of night, surrounded by mysterious giant stones. And even showed me science in action high up in a hot air balloon.
Schön.
This is why I was surprised when the old man took me to a restaurant. It was nice, but it seemed very somber compared to the previous grand locations. He said he just wanted to chat, and this was nice and quiet. Plus it was his favorite place to eat. We talked about life, the universe, Douglas Adams, everything really.
Schön.
When I asked him why were we here, why did we exist, he just smiled and said, life is like a game, just don't expect to be finished anytime soon. When I looked puzzled, he said, well, everyone should have a purpose. So I asked him, what's my purpose? He thought for a bit, then said, so you want to be a real boy? Which just confused me even more. Eventually the old man said, for now, I want you to help clean things around the house. I must have looked unimpressed, as he then said, okay, I want you to clean 1,000,000 things. It didn't sound like the meaning of life, but I suppose you've got to start somewhere.
Wir müssen jetzt echt, oh, wir müssen keine Million Dinge sagen. Oh, bitte nicht. Ein Mann kann nicht alles haben. Wo wird er denn den ganzen Kram hier sonst hinpacken? Ein Zweck im Leben, Kapitel 2.
The next day, the old man said he wanted to install some more software, so he powered me down.
Bitte Flammenwerfer.
When I came
bitte
to,
Flammenwerfer.
he said Mr. Silton had a joke for me, and that I should pull his finger.
Och nö, jetzt können wir furzen?
I don't think I got the joke. So the old man powered me down again.
Okay.
This time when I pulled Mr. Silton's finger, I got the joke. But it wasn't very funny.
Toll, wie jetzt
The old man then explained that he had installed a special chip which allowed me to clean away anything that was broken. He said it also tells me how many things are nearby, and how many smaller things are in a bigger thing. It all sounded very complicated,
Bisschen?
but he said all I really had to do was pause, and it would bring up all the information I needed. He then said he wanted me to find and clean all of the items in the room. He told me there would be some chains to climb, but that would be nice and easy, as I just had to press up. He then finished by saying, when I had collected all the items, I should come back here.
Gut, ja, dann würde ich sagen, das machen wir doch dann in der nächsten Folge. Ich bedanke mich sehr herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann abonniert doch bitte die Playlist, damit ihr keine weiteren Videos mehr verpasst. Und ansonsten guckt auch mal bitte nach dem Game und kauft euch selber. Die Musik ist wirklich wunderschön, auch wenn es da viele Frustmomente jetzt gab, aber hey. Ne, von nichts kommt ja nichts. Wie gesagt, bis zur nächsten Folge und ich bedanke mich nochmal sehr recht herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Ja, bis zur nächsten Folge. Ciao, ciao.